You're listening to an Airwave Media podcast.
Recorded in Chicago, Illinois, with your hosts, Ken, Matt, Neil, and Jeff. This is Triviality.
Hello and welcome to Triviality, the game where lack of seriousness meets just a little bit of knowledge. Jeff, how you doing today?
I don't know if I like that interpretation of a little bit of knowledge, but I'm doing good.
You don't like anything that I do to spice it up. Jeff, let me tell you something. It finally happened this morning.
What?
It finally happened. I ate ice cream for breakfast. So I'm moving soon. My fridge is pretty empty because, I don't want perishables. And
Right.
the one thing I did have was ice cream. So I had a couple spoons of the old Ben and Jerry's, dairy-free.
Yep.
How do Ben and Jerry do it?
I don't know.
Name a more iconic duo. I'm waiting. Can you do it? How about Ken and Jeff?
I'll take that.
But to add to that duo, we needed a little help today because we don't have Matt and we don't have Neil, but we do have somebody amazing.
We do. Joining us in studio.
The one, the only,
Our
well, probably
friend.
not the one and only because it's probably a common name in Ireland, but Kellyn Maguire.
It's me.
Welcome back to the show. It's been a while.
Yeah, it's been a little while.
Yeah.
I'm glad to be back.
Glad to have you.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. You stepped in at the last minute because all of our podcast buddies canceled on us.
Oh, glad to know I'm last choice.
No,
you
you
were
were first choice as a fill-in
Oh, I get it.
for Neil and Matt.
I get it.
That's
I
right.
thought you ran through a list of other podcast friends, and then we're like, I don't know,
Well, we did
Kellyn's
send out
nearby.
multiple emails, but you were definitely on the top tier.
Okay, thanks.
Does that sound?
Yeah, that's nice.
That's good for you.
That's nice.
And we have a plethora of other guests here to give us the game and play with us today. We're super excited. So let's start with the host today. Shall we, Jeff?
I think so. So I appreciate Adam Thimons. He'll be joining us today. Oakland 5 patron out of Baltimore. How you doing, Adam?
Doing great. Thanks for having me.
Straight out of Baltimore. What's new in your world? I know you've been on the show before.
Not too much super new. Like you said, I live in the Baltimore area. I work for a very large bank doing cybersecurity and been trying to get out and golf a little bit in the beautiful weather. So it's been great. Yeah.
And you just had a nice trip, I heard.
That's right. Yeah. My family and I just got back from London. Amazing time out there. We were Uber tourists and really had a blast.
So any recommendations for Ken since he'll be going on an upcoming trip? Anything that you think other people would enjoy?
Yeah. Well, if you can get out of town, we had a great time going to the Cotswolds and the Seven Sisters, which are very close by. But if you ask my family, they will definitely say, hit up the Harry Potter studio tour. For a Harry Potter fan, it is the number one reason to be there. It was incredible. So.
Yeah, very authentic British experience.
Yes.
That's what they say. That's what
Right
they say.
after afternoon tea. That's what you got to do. And our player today, happy to have him here, Oakland 5 supporter from Pennsylvania, Tony DePhillips. Welcome to the show.
Hello, guys. Hello, Kellyn.
Now, Tony, you have an amazing Zelda Ocarina of Time T-shirt on today. But apart from that, what is going on with you?
Well, I'm a high school teacher, so the time of the year it is a little bit hectic, but that's going to be great. I teach biology and human anatomy in the Poconos of Pennsylvania, so that's been going great. And I'm actually going to be accompanying a couple of our teams, competing teams. There we go, to the Odyssey of the Mind World Finals this week, which are in Michigan. So I get to see some great creativity and some great students doing their best.
Now, you said that was like kind of a problem-solving type of competition? Problem-solving,
creative
building?
Yeah, creative problem solving. They get to choose the problem that they want to do. They could create something technical. They can build some balsa wood. They can take on a classic. They can act. They can build a vehicle. They choose that and do an 8-minute skit solving their problem. And then we also hit them with some spontaneous problem solving as well, which, could be some improv ad libs and a lot of that too. So it really, gets them a well-rounded collection of skills for the future.
It sounds like fun. And I wish I could choose my problems.
Not a problem. Yeah, I was gonna say.
If I could choose my problems, it would
Ken
be a
doesn't
lot
like it
smoother.
when he gets out of the car, ready to show up for a recording, and I just start screaming at him, "Solve world peace in 8 minutes."
Yeah, I don't like that. That's too hard for me personally, but it's time to get into the game. But first, we need some teams and we need some rules. So, Kellyn, how about we team up today?
Sure.
Do you want to do the classic Bar Wars?
Yeah.
Since it's a throwback?
Yeah.
Throwback team, Bar Wars.
That works for me.
How about you guys?
Tony, I mean, you have a pub trivia team you play on that you have a name you go by, or?
No, nothing set. I usually, when I play, I join a team or I just Google something and the first thing that pops up.
All right. Let's
How
think
about,
here.
hey, listen. He's got a great T-shirt on. You guys should be, hey, listen. How about that?
You got it.
If I was a tattoo artist or like a rock star professionally, I'd probably get like the fairy with a hey, listen on my skull somewhere. But I'm not, so I'm not going to do that.
I mean, you have some real estate left. You could get it somewhere else.
Yeah, it would be cooler around my ear though, but that's fine.
And I do have to say, it sounds so much better coming out of your voice than it does in the game. So,
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that. And another sultry voice that we'd like to hear is Darren presenting the rules. So let's get that.
The rules of the game are simple. 20 questions split into 2 rounds worth 10 points apiece. At halftime, there'll be a special swing round designed by this week's host. After regulation, players will enter the final round with the points that they've accumulated and will have a chance to wager 0 to 30 points on 5 categorized questions. At the end of the game, someone will be named the cream of the crop.
I am the cream.
All right, now we know how to play. Hope everybody remembers how to play because, we don't actually hear that in the studio. Do you remember, Kellyn? Do you remember the rules?
Yeah.
It's answer questions
Oh,
as best
okay.
you can. So let's toss it over to Adam and let's get started.
All right, so before I start, let me just say that in round 1, there is a theme for this round contained in the answers. I would recommend writing them down as we go. You'll get 10 bonus points at the end if you can tell me what the theme is. I think it will be pretty difficult to figure out, but all the questions are very gettable without knowing the theme.
Okay.
And again, it's in the answers. So I'll tell you the word to write down if at the end of every question. Sounds like there's some, looks like there's some
sounds good.
excitement about the theme. So this is great.
I love themes.
All right, here we go.
Even if I don't
A bit
know it.
experimental,
I like a secret theme,
so hopefully it'll work out.
I don't do well with the secret themes, but I do enjoy them.
Oh, it's so much fun. It's a puzzle. It's a puzzle.
All right, here we go with question 1. Alger Hiss was an American government official accused in the late 1940s of spying for the Soviet Union. By then, the statute of limitations had run out to charge him with espionage, but he was eventually convicted of a crime stemming from his testimony in front of the House Un-American Activities Committee. What was Hiss convicted of?
All right, Tony. A couple things come to mind. Which way are you thinking?
well, I mean, there's the typical tax evasion, tax fraud. But if he was testifying at the time, you would have to think, lying, to Congress. It's like a Clinton situation where they're just trying to get him on.
Well, it depends what your definition of is. Yeah.
Is exactly, yeah. So due to the question being during his testimony, it would have to be just, false testimony, lying to Congress, perjury, whatever they call it in Congress.
Yeah, I didn't necessarily think it went as far as maybe contempt of Congress, but perjury sounds good to me.
Yeah.
You can have contempt for Congress, but you can't express that.
You can't
usually
hold up the process. Yeah.
So perjury?
Yeah, I think we're gonna say he was lying. So
Yeah, we had the same thought.
That is correct. It was perjury.
Yay. Don't overthink it, guys.
That's right. All right, question number 2. What is the last name of the sitcom character who once announced, "Today a bird ran into my giant freak head, the one that sits atop my disproportionately puny body"?
Oh, no.
I wish Triviality could hold people in contempt. Don't you?
bailiff.
When somebody cancels on us, we could hold them in contempt. That'd be great.
It's usually one of us.
Yeah. So we could hold Neil in contempt today. Hold Matt in contempt. I think wouldn't you say it would be this? Sorry for my handwriting.
I think that's it. I can like picture the person. I can't get to the name, so I'm gonna go with you.
Okay.
Tony, cartoon characters with larger heads than their bodies. That's a lot of them, if I think about it.
Yeah, and I'm realizing I just missed the word cartoon in the question. I've heard sitcom.
I will
Yeah.
say that it is a sitcom character. That's as far as I'm going with this.
So my first thoughts, I don't know. So my first thoughts were, it sounded like something either Ray Romano or Larry David would say. I think Romano. I got Ray just because I think I just thought of a big head, and he was the first one I thought of with a big head.
Hey, why are you saying I have a big head? Nah.
And the premise it makes it. I'm thinking Curb Your Enthusiasm for Larry David, but I don't know if that's something he would say because he's usually not that self-deprecating. I don't know.
Yeah, no, you have a good point about Larry not really being as self-deprecating. Usually everyone else around Larry is Larry's problem.
Yeah.
No, not so much him. But it did kind of sound like a Ray Romano thing, and Everyone Loves Raymond, so I'm good to lock that in.
Yeah, that's all I got.
All right. Well, placing the quote itself, I think, would be a difficult question, but going by the description, I think, makes it easier, hopefully. So the smallest body with the biggest head I could think of was Stewie Griffin.
All right, so this was a tricky one. This was Elaine Bennis from Seinfeld. There was an entire
really?
episode where she broke up with some guy, and she had heard that he was always really mean during the breakup, and she was laughing because he told her that she had a big head. And then the rest of the episode, like things were running into her head, or people were telling her to move. At one point, she referred to herself as a walking candy apple. So for theme purposes, the answer was Bennis, which is Benes.
All right.
All right.
And you were right with the Larry David angle.
Yeah, you had the Larry David type joke.
All right, moving to question 3. What popular indoor game and competitive sport began in 1860s England using a cross-section of a tree trunk as a key piece of equipment?
All right, Tony, what do you think?
I don't really. It just hit me because if I'm thinking a tree trunk and a cross section, I am a biology teacher, so I know what a cross section is. So it'd be taking it and looking. If I'm looking at it right there, I'm just getting a whole lot of concentric circles with one center or bullseye in the center. I'm thinking darts.
I was 100% on that wavelength. So we're going to lock in darts.
So I took a cross section as like where the branch meets the tree. So I was picturing the football like post uprights. So we said football, but no.
All right, so yes, darts is correct. Great job on that one.
Biology teacher,
Yeah.
so I can answer
there's-
this
So
question.
then we could have had imaginary points.
Yeah.
There's something happening with this theme. Okay.
All right, moving on to question 4. What Big Four sports team had a pair of mascots created in the mid-'60s who, according to the team's website, were married in the mid-'70s? They were their sport's first live-action mascots. And just to clarify, because I had a question during playtesting, Big Four means like football, baseball, hockey, basketball.
Sports is not my best subject.
Same.
Ooh.
Yeah, high five.
High five on that one.
High five for not getting this question right. They are live action. They are live animal mascots, though.
Yeah. Well,
So let's say that it's the Penguins, because I remember Petey, Slapshot Pete or whatever, and
Yeah.
he's already wearing a tux, so he's ready for his marriage. So let's say the Penguins.
Yeah, penguin weddings are incredibly cute.
That's a lot of great information for us. I originally started thinking around the time frame. I went baseball, the Mets. I know there's a Mr. Met. Is there a Mrs. Met?
I thought there was
Two
Mr.
giant baseball-headed monstrosities.
Two giant Elaine
who
Bennis's
found
getting
love in
married.
this cold world.
I did think there was a Mr. and a Mrs. Met. That sounds reasonable to me.
What I don't love, though, is keeping track of the theme. It's not perfectly fitting into something I'm noticing, but
Oh, okay. Do you have something that might fit in?
no. The best answer I have, is getting voted down. So if I'm only playing trivia, I would probably go the Mets. But if I'm playing the meta game,
it's like Mr. and Mrs. Pac-Man, right?
Right.
She's Ms. I don't think they ever tied that down.
They didn't. Oh, Pac-Man, lend that slip.
What did you have, Jeff?
She's walking right out the door.
She doesn't have any hands to put a ring on, though.
No, I'm good with the Mets. I can't think of anything better.
All right, we're sticking with the Penguins.
All right, one team getting points here. The answer is the Mets.
Wow.
Great job. According to the official lore, this is on their website, the pair took a break in the 1970s to focus on their growing family.
Okay.
I got to say,
They
where
took
are
a
those
break
kids?
from each other,
Those should
or
be
took a
like
break
grown
from-
adult baseballs by now, but
Just
She
already
turned into a
Googling Mets mascot Rule 34.
What's the Nepo babies of baseball? Like they form a minor league team because their parents are Mr. and Mrs. Met.
All right. Let's go to question 5. So, what rock-type Pokemon evolves from Larvitar? Its creators were clearly familiar with the 4 stages of insect metamorphosis.
So after the larval stage, you have whatever the cocoon or chrysalis stage, right?
You could. I've written down egg, larva, nymph, adult.
Oh.
So playing off of Nymphtar, which starting something in a kid's game with nymph, I got to be careful.
I was just saying, Nymphtar sounds a little too sexy for a kid's game.
Have you seen some of the Pokemon, though? I may not have played the games, but I have seen some of those Pokemon.
I get
They
it.
know what they're doing.
Ditto
They know.
can get it. Cocoonar. I could see a cocoonar.
Kunar.
There's already a cocoona, right?
I don't
But
know.
oh yeah, that's right. No, there is a cocoona, but that evolves
A
from
different one.
Weedle. So
All right, so you're going with Cocoon Tar?
or chrysalisar. No, that's way too much. Let's say cocoonar.
Okay. We're going to say
Is it Pupar?
Pupar. And they say it like Pupar.
Pupar is a great name.
And he just keeps saying pupe.
Pup, pup.
All right, so the answer is Pupitar.
Oh,
I think I sort of think you should get points because the idea was to understand understand the stages of insect metamorphosis, which you clearly got that
I
part right.
appreciate that. Well, I will take that.
I think so.
right.
And so the 4 stages are egg, larva, pupa, and adult.
That's going to bug me for a while.
Good one. I love that.
Thank you. Someone did.
All right, so that's 5 questions, and at the end of 5, looks like you guys have 30 points.
Hey, listen, Ken.
Hey, listen, you've got 30 points, and we have 20 points over at Bar Wars.
Bawas.
Oh, so let me give you. I'm going to give you a bit of a hint on the theme since we're halfway through the round, and the hint is simply that the theme has to do with the words, and not necessarily the meaning of the words.
Okay.
All right, moving on to question 6. In 1953, Watson and Crick published their breakthrough on the structure of DNA in what journal? It was created in 1869 and remains one of the world's most read and most prestigious academic publications.
Jeff, we can lock in.
All right, Tony's
A
got
lot of
this one.
science stuff.
I know. I'm liking this.
noticing.
I'm liking this.
My first thought was New England Journal of Medicine is a name I hear a lot.
That sounds excellent.
Okay.
I
I just
like
hear
that.
that one thrown around a lot.
They're prestigious.
Yeah.
Okay.
JAMA is prestigious, but I don't know the reason. I don't know who publishes where. As just a lowly high school teacher, I don't get to do all of that crazy stuff. But I do have a copy of the Nature journal that they published in, just the word Nature.
All right, and one team getting points. Nature is correct. I am realizing we got a few science questions in here. There's one more coming up, and then we'll have a bit of a break on those. So, okay, question number 7. In Japan, what animals are thought to be a symbol of long life? Origami versions of these animals are sometimes given to a person who is seriously ill to wish for their recovery.
All right, Kellyn and I will lock in with a guess.
Well, Jeff, I have not been to Japan yet. I'm about 6 weeks away from my trip.
That being said, though, when I think of origami, the shape that first comes to mind is almost always the crane for me.
It's the crane, yeah.
So I know the foxes there have kind of spiritual stuff, but I've never really heard the longevity associated with them.
There's a lot of animal
Yeah.
mythology.
Yeah.
But
Kitsune for, the foxes. But crane is the first thing.
and I kind of like it. Crane was the other one that had come to mind. So between the form and the animal itself, I kind of like crane.
I think that's what we do.
Yep, we said the same thing, and it's very common to fold Fraser Crane and his brother Niles as well.
Yeah, Niles is slightly smaller.
Yes.
That is great, and you are both correct. The answer is cranes. So for theme purposes, plural cranes. Yep.
Man, it's really specific. Makes me wonder.
That's right. It's hopefully a bit of a hint. But again, I expect this to be quite difficult. Okay, let's move on to question 8. Octane has 8 carbon atoms and is used for measuring fuel stability. So like gasoline in the US typically ranges from 87 to 93 octane. What extremely unstable chemical with 7 carbon atoms is a reference fuel with 0 octane?
Something very unstable. Think like kerosene or like something really that's really flammable and volatile.
Yeah. I mean, gasoline is too, though, right?
Yeah.
Kerosene? Yeah. I mean, it ends in "ene."
Oh, it does.
I like that.
Okay.
All right.
Well, if we just follow the logic of octagon would be 8-sided, heptagon would be 7-sided, and I'm pretty sure it's heptane.
I wrote down heptane just to keep the octane, heptane. But I had as the 7 as well.
All right, and heptane is correct. Great job.
Really narrowing in on these words here.
Actual logic.
Trying to figure something out, and yet no.
Okay, so we're 8 questions in. I'm going to give you the final hint about the theme, which is that heptane was basically the only word I could have used for question 8 for this theme. That might not help, but it will make sense later.
Okay.
All right, let's do it. So, question 9. What Supreme Court justice wrote the majority opinion in the 2022 case, Dobbs versus Jackson Women's Health Organization? This opinion overturned Roe versus Wade and made it illegal to get abortion in some states.
All right, we're locked in.
So this would be in the Roberts court.
Yep, Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, Barrett, Thomas.
So, yeah, I mean they all voted together on that. But was it John Roberts that wrote the majority opinion, or?
I don't. I really don't have a clue which one of them would have. And not having the theme, that's not going to help either. Kavanaugh, Gorsuch, those names just don't seem like they'd be able to get into a theme. Thomas, Roberts, they're a little bit more straightforward. Barrett, or is her last name Coney Barrett? Roberts is a good call.
Okay. Yeah,
it is his court.
Yeah, we're going to go with Chief Justice John Roberts.
We're going with everybody's least favorite justice. Well, second least favorite justice. Sam Alito.
All right, points to one team here. It was Samuel Alito.
Oh, wow.
For theme purposes,
he caring about flags.
Alito.
He looked up real quick.
All right, and question 10. What golf tournament is unofficially known as the sport's 5th major? It has been played in Ponte Vedra Beach, Florida, every year since 1977.
Big golfer, Kellyn?
Yeah, all the time.
Always hitting the links? Is that right? Hitting the links? Is that what they say?
There's irons.
What was that referred to? The like course itself?
All the sausages.
I would assume so. How they're like
together.
linked together. Yeah.
Okay.
Like a bunch of little
There's
sausages.
Sausages, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll write some bullshit down.
Okay, so you got the
Clearly, you're not a golfer.
British
Yeah,
Open,
like
the
me.
U.S. Open, the Masters, and the Australian Open.
Sure.
Okay.
But then what's...
I know
yeah.
there's 3 Opens on the Masters. So is this the PGA Tour Championship? Is that like its own?
Oh, yeah. I mean, he said Florida, so it's, I'm trying to think of any golf tournament I ever heard of with a Florida name, but just saying the PGA Championship makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, the ones that I'm thinking of are like California golf courses. For like big ones. Yeah, we're just gonna say the PGA Tour Championship.
All right. We're going to say the American Masters.
Yeah. Man.
Okay, 2 good guesses there. The PGA Championship is one of the 4 majors. The answer to this question is the Players.
Players.
This tournament's famously played at TPC Sawgrass, which has a very famous island green.
Got it.
Which everyone's favorite hole. And
Well, as much as I... Sorry, go ahead.
sorry to interrupt, but you did say, is hitting the links playing golf? That will be relevant in a second. So the answer is yes.
Well, as much as I'd like to say that this all is making sense to me and clicking into place, I cannot claim that. Kellyn?
No, I thought I had something, and then I didn't after a couple other answers.
My brain shut down on the phrase everybody's favorite hole. For the theme, I'm looking, I don't know. I saw Mets and backwards it's STEM. So of course, since I'm a science teacher, I started looking. I started looking at it. Are they anagrams of parts of a flower? I started writing them all down backwards. And then I'm thinking maybe they could anagram to world capitals or something. And then Alito rhymed with keto. And I don't know. I'm just throwing stuff at a wall.
All right. Nobody knows, Adam.
I mean, look, you guys are doing the right things. It's super tough, so totally understandable. I did play test this with a few people, and 1 got it out of maybe like 6 play testers, so no worries there. The theme is that each answer is one of the planets of our solar system with 2 letters replaced. So Mars.
Perjury is Mercury.
Yeah, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus.
No.
Neptune, Pluto. And then the final answer, of course, is the Players, which if you replace 2 of those letters, says the planets. So there you go.
I kind of like that.
I like it, but I was never going to get it.
It's trickety.
But what we did get, Kellyn, over at Team Bar Wars is 40 points.
Woohoo!
And we're doing quite well over at Hey Listen ourselves with 60.
That's right. And in order for our podcast to do well, we do rely on our Patreon supporters. So if you've been thinking about supporting but have not joined us yet, please do consider going to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to show us some support. For $1 a month, measly $1 a month, you can get all these episodes ad-free. Go up to $5 a month, you get all of our bonus content. There's hours and hours and days of bonus content on there. And going up higher gets you fun things like posters, character boxes, our what do we call it? Our loot crate, our Triviality
Style.
big box.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's a lot of good stuff over at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast, and it does help us a lot. All right. Looks like it's time for the swing round. So Adam, throw it to us.
All right. So for the swing round today, I'm going to give you the star of 10 real movies and a short summary of the plot of that movie if 1 letter were different. So your job is to give me the new name for the movie. So for example, if I said Michael Clark Duncan plays an aspiring street performer who just can't find the right makeup, the answer would be The Green Mime instead of The Green Mile.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm all
So
in.
number 1.
So ready for this.
Daniel Day-Lewis stars as a downtown merchant selling loud percussion instruments. Number 2, Russell Crowe plays a troubled mathematician who befriends a weasel. Question 3, Christian Bale and Steve Carell play investors who independently stumble upon an exciting new trend: oversized clothing. Question 4, Tom Cruise stars as a man who finally discovers his favorite alternative milk. Number 5, Tom Hanks plays a New York bookstore owner who gets arrested and needs financial help. Number 6, Keanu Reeves plays a man who, on New Year's Day, commits to carrying fewer guns and brightening up his wardrobe. Number 7, Anthony Hopkins plays a Catholic cardinal who finally learns how magnets work. Number 8, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill star as brash investors who regularly hit the links with their colleagues. Number 9, Ray Liotta leads an ensemble cast of old puppets who fall into a life of crime. And number 10, George Clooney stars in a film about escaped convicts who are trying to figure out where to find some prostitutes.
All right, we have these movies that are slightly wrong. We'll be back after these messages.
What does every USAA member have in common? Family. We're one big family who supports the military community and their eligible families. And if you, your parent, or spouse served, you could join our family and save big on auto insurance. Visit USAA.com/join today to check your eligibility. Membership eligibility and product restrictions apply and are subject to change. USAA means United Services Automobile Association and its affiliates, San Antonio, Texas.
Hey, it's Paris. You know I love sparkly things, right? Like stars. Duh. And thanks to Hilton and AutoCamp, I just slept under them. Picture me, serving looks by the fire outside my luxurious Airstream, making s'mores with the kids, while a national park is our backdrop. The great outdoors meets Hilton hospitality. That's hot. Explore all the new ways to stay at Hilton.com. Hilton for the stay.
Jamie Lee Curtis and Lindsay Lohan are back in Disney's Freakier Friday.
Yes, OMG, yes.
On August 8th.
We switched bodies. I didn't want to be a part of this family, and now I'm part of some dodgy family curse, and I'm the eldest.
The ultimate movie event of the summer arrives.
I think I just peed a little.
Disney's Freakier Friday, in theaters August 8th. Get tickets now.
Oh, this is cool. Let's do it.
Rated PG. Parental guidance suggested.
And we are back. We have some answers to these questions. So let's get them one more time and see how we did.
All right, here we go. Hope you had fun with this one. The question 1 was, Daniel Day-Lewis stars as a downtown merchant selling loud percussion instruments.
So me and Kellyn, we disagree because there's 2 answers. So yours
was Gongs of New York.
And I say Bangs of New York. So I think points both ways.
I think Bangs of New York is terrible. And I think what Tony and Kellyn came up with is correct. So what did we say, Tony?
We said the Gongs of New York.
The correct answer is Gongs of New York. Bangs, I think it fits, but a gongs I feel like is where it's at here.
He said an instrument. A bang is not an
They're
instrument.
both, yeah. We put both.
All right. Question 2. Russell Crowe plays a troubled mathematician who befriends a weasel.
You like this one. So
I love this one. Is this a beautiful mink?
It is a beautiful mink on our site as well.
That's correct. A beautiful mink. Good job. All right, number 3, Christian Bale and Steve Carell play investors who independently stumble upon an exciting new trend, oversized clothing.
I think this is about The Big Shirt.
Tony, I'm going to let you just take all these. So,
Okay, I'll take them. Yeah, it's The Big Shirt.
It is The Big Shirt. This one is like too simple. I feel like it was weirdly challenging, even though it is so stupid. All right, here we go. Number 4.
At first I was thinking like The Big Shorts, and I was like, no, he said change a letter, not add a letter.
Starring Kevin Smith, yeah. All right. Number 4, Tom Cruise stars as a man who finally discovers his favorite alternative milk.
I don't know if it's the correct movie or not, but it's about a soy.
Jeff, what's our favorite Tom Cruise movie that's like a core memory for us? Like a core movie? Vanilla Soy.
Oh, yeah.
And Vanilla Soy is correct. Good job. I think that might have been our hardest one here. All right, number 5. Tom Hanks plays a New York bookstore owner who gets arrested and needs financial help.
I believe that would be You've Got Bail.
Oh, well, you got to do it in the voice. You've got bail.
Ooh, that was pretty good.
Yes, You've Got Bail is correct. Good job.
I think I'd like that movie better than You've Got Mail.
Keanu Reeves plays, this is number 6. Keanu Reeves plays a man who on New Year's Day commits to carrying fewer guns and brightening up his wardrobe.
This is by far my favorite one. Just, coming up with the light bulb above your head for the Matrix Resolutions.
Yep, we said the Matrix Resolutions.
And that is correct. Good one. Yeah, I love the idea of Keanu just like trying to change his ways on New Year's Day. That's what the movie's about. All right. Yeah. Number 7, Anthony Hopkins plays a Catholic cardinal who finally learns how magnets work.
I was searching for an Insane Clown Posse reference here for a second with those magnets. But then Jeff let me know that it's not the 2 popes, but it's the 2 poles.
Yep, we said the 2 poles.
And that is correct. Number 8, Leonardo DiCaprio and Jonah Hill star as brash investors who regularly hit the links with their colleagues.
We thought this was Golf of Wall Street.
Golf of Wall Street on our side.
That's correct. The Gulf of Wall Street. Good job. All right, number 9, some controversy brewing. Ray Liotta leads an ensemble cast of old puppets who fall into a life of crime.
If this is wrong, I don't want to be right.
We thought Goodfellas.
And 100% on the other side of the conversation, we too ended up with Goodfellas.
It's like actually incredible that you both came up with that same answer. You absolutely will get points for it because first of all, you both got the same thing, but also the correct answer is Woodfellas.
Oh, like wooden puppets. Okay.
Well, we got Muppets on the mind, okay? We're not
Yeah.
We didn't go the creepy route. We went the cute Muppet
It was
route.
hard to. I had to say old puppets because if I just said puppet, I feel like you're thinking. I would be thinking of like not.
Look, listen, Kellyn is my team member. We're not getting away from the Muppets.
No, we're not.
Yeah.
No.
All right, fair enough. All right, our final one. George Clooney stars in the film about escaped convicts who are trying to figure out where to find some prostitutes.
We thought this could be O Brothel, Where Art Thou?
This was the one that I needed to go in reverse order, trying to figure out where you would find the prostitutes, got to brothel, and then laughed when I saw, "Oh, brothel, where art thou?"
That is correct. Oh, brothel, where art thou?
All right, after the swing round, looks like we at Bar Wars raised our score to 90 with a perfect swing round. Just ahead of us are Hey, Listen with 105.
All right, let's do it. So for round 2, there's no theme, just 10 questions. Question number 1. In 2016, what pop culture phenomenon did Barack Obama describe as, quote, the only thing Dick Cheney and I agree on? He said it brought together an unlikely cross-section of Americans.
All right, Kellyn, you have an unlikely guess, but I like it.
Yeah.
So let's go with it.
I like to think that they're comparing scores on Candy Crush.
They're both obsessed with Candy Crush.
Interesting. Tony, I was also thinking of a mobile game. 2016 for me is the year of Pokemon Go.
Pokemon Go. All right. Yeah, so that beats my thought of Harambe, but
weirdly, I think there was a division on Harambe with them, but I mean,
did Dick come out of his home for Harambe?
Dick Cheney coming out for Harambe, so you know.
But I'm thinking, it got a lot of kids moving, and it's hard to argue with that. So
to Pokemon Go to the polls.
I was trying to suppress that memory, but thanks.
I just got the chills on that one again.
All right, are either of these mobile games correct?
Unfortunately, no points on this one. It was not a mobile game. This was a little musical called Hamilton.
Oh, that's right.
Okay. That's embarrassing for me.
Really?
Yeah.
It is kind of, sorry.
Uh-oh.
All right, question number 2. What NATO country has the second largest armed forces with 355,000 active military personnel? It also has the second highest population of the NATO countries, narrowly beating out Germany, who is third.
What do you think about France?
France is really the only thing that I can think of because we would be 1. I don't think United Kingdom is big enough to be in number 2. France is it's a bigger country than what I've ever realized.
Yeah. Oh, you know what? No, I think it might be the UK. I don't know why I skipped over them, but I think it is the UK. I think they are just bigger than Germany. I don't know why I wasn't. I was thinking of UN or EU countries to start, and I had kind of ignored that. But I think, what do you think about the UK?
I'm okay with it. Yeah, I don't have any thunder on any of these, so yeah, UK is fine.
All right, Kellyn and I are sticking with our initial thought of France.
Okay, no points again here. This one's a bit tricky because this doesn't really spring to mind as a NATO country, but the answer is Turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Of course.
Yeah.
Didn't know there were that many people. Huh.
Well, they've been in the news for NATO recently because of their like contested voting for admitting other countries. So
Interesting.
All right, moving on to question 3. What company is credited with the invention of the pepper grinder in 1874? Today, that company is primarily known as an automobile manufacturer. Its lion logo was created well before cars were invented and represents the speed, flexibility, and bite of a saw, which was its flagship product at the time.
All right, Tony. I know one car manufacturer with a lion logo. You want me to lock in?
Yeah, because I'm thinking of a couple of animals, but I'm there like, well, no, that one's a horse, and that one's a... Yeah, so, yeah, you'll be good.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and lock in.
all right, who's got the lion, Kellyn?
I'm trying to picture. I can picture the decal. Oh, I can picture the decal. Is it not Maserati? It's not.
Is it the Saab or is that a dragon?
I wondered about Saab, and then I thought it might be a dragon. But like,
It's
there's
either a lion or a
Maserati.
dragon for sure.
There's.
It's either a lion or a dragon.
Lamborghini.
Let's go with Saab.
I've got a Honda.
I'm looking at Jeff here. His cold, dead eyes right now.
Yeah.
I want to say Saab.
Sure.
I think that's a lion.
So the only one I can think of is a French car manufacturer, Peugeot. Peugeot has a lion as their logo.
Oh.
Points to one team here. It is Peugeot.
Damn you, France. Screwed us on two questions.
Vive la France.
This is a weird one. I mean, if you like look up the pepper grinder that they invented in 1874, it's like the exact same thing that you find today. I mean, they
can't improve on it.
They can't improve on perfection, I guess. Yeah, they really nailed it.
You can't make a better mousetrap, and you can't make a better pepper grinder, I guess.
They have made better mousetraps.
It's a saying, Ken. It's just a saying.
It should be. You can't make a better pepper grinder.
All right, here we go with question 4. Video game question. The original Xbox was released in 2001 and shipped with a famously huge controller. It was given what noble nickname? I personally had a devil of a time getting my hands around it.
I'm old, Jeff.
Yeah.
2001.
That was a handbreaker, that one was for sure.
All right, we have a guess here. I'm not familiar with the nickname per se, but I have a guess.
I've got the video game t-shirt on, but I have never owned an Xbox. I have absolutely no idea, Jeff.
Well, Adam did say he had a devil of a time
He did.
getting his hands around it. So I'm wondering if it has something to do with that. I don't remember it being called Satan.
A noble nickname. So is it King Satan, Queen Satan? Is it Prince Satan?
Okay, King Satan.
King Satan.
If that's not right, I think you should get points anyway.
That was Metallica's original draft for King Nothing.
Yeah. King Satan. Yeah.
Okay.
I like it.
Another name for King Satan would be the Prince of Darkness. So we said Prince of Darkness.
All right. I may have led you a bit of astray with my attempt at a hint there. This was the Duke. It was called the Duke, and the hint was a reference to the Duke Blue Devils, who, are...
Oh. The Duke, not the character that Charles Grodin plays in Midnight Run.
Correct.
That's right.
Okay.
You should see this.
You and Charles
Just
Grodin.
Me and Midnight Run is going to come up in every possible situation.
All right, let's move on to number 5. Hopefully we can get some correct answers here. So over the span of a year from 2011 to 2012, a group of thieves stole the contents of 9,000 571 barrels from a warehouse in a town called San Luis de Blanford. The stolen goods were worth $18.7 million, making it the most lucrative heist in its country's history. What did the thieves steal?
I have to assume it can't be just wine or oil. Actually, I was thinking olive oil. I wasn't even thinking like petroleum.
No, I think olive oil is good because, I mean, 18.7 million divided by that many barrels. You're not talking about a huge dollar per barrel. Yeah, well, actually, I'm doing math. I'm gonna do it shorthand. I need to know. So,
well, 10,000.
Oh, yeah, I could just call it 10,000 and make my life easier, but why would I do that? So we're talking about like $2,000 a barrel. I could see, if we're talking like a 65-gallon barrel, that being olive oil.
Yeah, it can't be wine. It can't be petroleum. Yeah, I like olive oil.
And I think I've heard a story of a maple syrup heist in Canada.
Oh, no.
Along these lines.
All right, points to one team. It was maple syrup.
Yeah.
This is an amazing story. They were refilling the barrels with water so they wouldn't get caught. And then it just turned out like refilling that many barrels takes a long time and is a real pain in the ass. So they stopped doing it. And at one point, somebody was climbing on the barrels and knocked over like 3 of them. And they were like, wait a minute, what's going on here? And that's how the heist unraveled. So,
where are you storing that much maple syrup, Ken?
Nowhere for me.
They were selling it in real time. So like they were selling it on the market as they stole it.
Oh, I was like, they're real hungry.
All right. Sorry, one more fun fact about this because I really went down a rabbit hole. Apparently, this warehouse contains 77% of the world's supply of maple syrup.
Good grief.
The strategic syrup supply. We gotta protect that at all costs.
Absolutely.
That's right. And with that question, looks like we are at even 100 over at Bar Wars. 115 for, hey, listen.
All right, let's move on to question 6. On September 27th, 2013, 2 music acts released debut albums to commercial and critical success. One, a solo artist, became the youngest to win a Grammy for Song of the Year at age 17. The other, a family affair, later became the first all-female rock group to be nominated for Album of the Year. For 5 points each, name both artists.
Is that too early for Billie Eilish? Who was the youngest to win a Grammy for Song of the Year?
I do feel like she won one at 17, but
that seems too early. So is this Selena Gomez? Is this Ariana Grande?
It does feel too early. I know Lorde was big then. Like she started when she was like 15 or 16.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you know what? It could be Billie Eilish because it says she became
the youngest.
Right. It doesn't mean that happened in 2013.
Yeah.
So I like Billie Eilish.
Yeah. So her debut album. What do you have for the family all-female rock group?
All-female rock group nominated for Album of the Year.
In the last 10 to 12 years. That can't be many, but I can't think of any.
I wonder. So, I mean, obviously, they're either all related. So, a female Jonas Brothers type.
Or if they just have a name like the Blank Sisters or whatever.
Yeah. Tony, it seems like we just don't know what the all-female rock group is, sadly.
Yeah, not a clue.
We think Billie Eilish might be our best guess for the other half, so I think we should lock that in.
Yeah, we're good.
Okay. Off mic, I think you did say the right answer for the first part here. The solo artist, Lorde. I believe Royals came out in 2013 because I went to Japan and that year and it was always playing like everywhere where I went in Japan. It was weird. The female group, I believe, are sisters, and I think it's Haim.
And the answers are Lorde and Haim. Great job. All right. Question 7. Which American sports figure has more streets named after him than any other? with 263, including at least 15 in Kentucky, where he spent most of his life. He became popular in the 70s, died in the 80s, and left a legacy that endures to this day. The hint would be that not only did this sports figure spend most of his life in Kentucky, but the most famous sporting event in the sport is also in Kentucky.
All right, with the hint, it seems that we're locked in.
Okay, sports figure. So it's got to be a horse.
Yep. There's a pretty famous one from the 70s that sired pretty much every horse in this year's Kentucky Derby.
So that's Secretariat?
Yeah, I think it would be Secretariat.
The tragic short life of Secretariat. Gone too soon.
I mean, horses only live to be like...
Gone too soon.
15, 20 years old anyways,
today.
right? So if he was big in the 70s when he was like 3 or 4 years old...
Yeah, we said Secretariat.
Yeah.
Yep, and Secretariat is correct. I went down a bit of a YouTube rabbit hole on this one, and like watching Secretariat's race at the Belmont was actually comical. Like when he finished the race, there were no other horses like even on the backstretch yet. He was so far ahead, it was insane. Amazing stuff.
Cut down in his prime.
They need to stop putting nitrous in those horses.
See Ludacris hit the Nas button.
And speaking of legacy, I think Jeff mentioned it, but all 21 of the Kentucky Derby entrants this year were descended from Secretariat. All right, moving on to question 8. Harrison Ruffin Tyler is a former chemical engineer and founder of a water treatment company, currently living in Richmond, Virginia. He's also related to a former U.S. president. Which president is he related to, and how? 5 points for each.
So we think Tyler is a misleading one. We think maybe they're paying homage to something on a maternal side, and we think maybe they're related to William Henry Harrison or Benjamin Harrison, and we're going to say it's Benjamin Harrison's grandson.
Okay. I remember hearing this freakish thing about Tyler's ancestors still being alive, and we think it's Tyler's grandson because we think they just have ancient potent sperm.
All right. Well, Tony implicitly called me not a stand-up guy for this, but the answer is
Tony really thought it was
John
not Tyler,
and that is his grandson. So I wanted to everybody to just think about this. This man was elected president in 1841, and his grandson is still alive today.
Gross.
Well, that's because he had his son in his 70s or 80s, and so did his son. So
that's right.
And
that son is now 96 years old.
And he happens to be quite old.
He's 96. So. Yeah, I love this question. I'm just asking as much as I can
is he
until
have
that
a
guy
baby
dies.
soon?
I was actually looking at it. Yeah.
Just want to point out with that question, Bar Wars takes the lead.
Oh, it's exciting.
All right, this is great. Here we go. Question 9. Whose ashes were interred in Westminster Abbey between the graves of Isaac Newton and Charles Darwin? The memorial stone reads, "Here lies what was mortal of," and then the person's name. Also engraved was a scientific formula for measuring the temperature of a black hole.
Tony, not necessarily biology, physics, but kind of in the science arena. What did anything comes to mind?
Oh, I was hoping he stopped before he said Charles Darwin, because I know that he was there. So we're thinking British. I sort of want to start thinking about Einstein or things like that, but he wasn't British. Why would he be?
When I think of measuring things temperature-wise, a little unusually, I think of Lord Kelvin.
Oh, okay. Definitely British.
Want to lock that in?
Yeah, why not?
Well, when I think of black holes...
Oh, dear.
No.
Oh, no.
We thought perhaps Stephen Hawking.
New edition, Stephen Hawking.
One team getting points here. It is new edition Stephen Hawking.
Oh, I didn't realize he was buried there.
Yeah, we did just see that on our trip, so I thought that was an interesting. It was the newest edition that I could see as we walked around, so pretty cool. All right, number 10. Human beings emit approximately 500 gamma rays per second. due to a radioactive isotope of what mineral? Scientists sometimes refer to a banana equivalent dose when discussing this phenomenon to help compare radioactive dosages to the amount received by consuming one banana.
Yeah, we're locked in.
I think it's potassium.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it.
The question
That's
is
what I had
banana.
written.
The answer's got to be
I just had that K
potassium.
written down, so yeah, we
you
may
played
as well.
that so well. I was like, is he just like sad that we're going with this answer? I was like, it's just so smooth. I liked it. We're gonna say potassium.
Yeah, we say potassium too.
And potassium is correct. Good job.
Yeah, after a slow start in this second round, we picked it up, and we ended up with 150 over at Bar Wars. 145, just barely trailing, is Hey, Listen. And hey, listen to this pitch, this begging for you to join us over on Patreon. Go to patreon.com/trivialitypodcast to support the show. Really does mean a lot to us, and it really helps us produce the show. All the bonus content that you hear on Patreon and on the regular feed is brought to you by our Patreon supporters. So please either thank a Patreon supporter or join us over on Patreon at patreon.com/trivialitypodcast.
I'm going to thank two of them right now. Thank you to Tony and Adam for their generous support.
Thanks so much.
And Kellyn.
Yeah, thank you.
I just didn't have it written down, but Kellyn is a patron.
Hey, I'm not supposed to be part of the pitch here, but I'll just say I think a lot of us have gone on Google and searched for trivia podcasts, and this podcast is the perfect balance between like banter and having fun and like actually learning stuff. You're not going to find any better, so highly encourage.
Appreciate it. Thank you so
folks
much.
to support.
Yeah, thank you.
I'm going to 5-star review that, what I presume is a 5-star review.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, you better believe it for sure.
It's Chicago. We can pad our votes a little bit.
All right, let's jump into the final round and see who will claim victory today.
All right. So here are your categories for the final round today. Question 1 is going to be in space exploration. Question 2 is in games. Question 3 in history. We'll say World War II history. Question 4, speed records. Question 5 in art.
All right, so the team across from me, Hey Listen, is going for all in. Art is going to be their 25-point category, as they don't have 30 to put on everything. We can't let that go, and we're going to meet them and do 30s all the way down and be brave. Can't be cowards, Kellyn.
No, that's my motto.
Don't be a coward,
Kellyn.
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Question 1 in space exploration. On August 25th, 2012, a spacecraft exited our solar system or entered interstellar space for the first time, making it the first spacecraft to do so. This spacecraft was launched in 1977 and continues to return scientific data today. What is it called? Question 2 in games. The classic game Chinese checkers was not actually designed in China. It was invented in 1892 in which country? Like many classic modern board games, such as Catan and Carcassonne. This country also hosts the most prestigious board game awards each year. Question 3 in history. In 1942, FDR made a trip to South America to meet with Getulio Vargas, president of which country? Their meeting was subsequently known as the Potengi River Conference. This country was critical to the Allies' war efforts and was the only South American country to send troops to the European theater. Question 4 in speed records. On January 26, 1906, Fred Marriott set the world land speed record, traveling in a car at 127 miles per hour. While the overall land speed record was eclipsed in 1914, his record using the same type of engine stood for 103 years until 2009. What powered Fred Marriott's car? And then finally, question 5 in art. Only 45 paintings have sold for $100 million or more.
Only? What a bargain.
Of those, 2 were painted by the same artist in 1982. One was untitled and depicts a skull, and the other was called Boy and Dog in a Johnny Pump. Who is the artist?
We have our questions for the final. We'll be right back and find out who will be today's cream of the crop.
This episode is brought to you by Indeed. When your computer breaks, you don't wait for it to magically start working again. You fix the problem. So why wait to hire the people your company desperately needs? Use Indeed's sponsored jobs to hire top talent fast. And even better, you only pay for results. There's no need to wait. Speed up your hiring with a $75 sponsored job credit at Indeed.com/podcast. Terms and conditions apply.
It's summer. Time to enjoy long days, lazy nights, and zero cooking. Because Uber Eats has deals all summer long. So when hunger strikes, don't sweat it. Delicious deals are just a tap away on Uber Eats. Enjoy all your favorite food delivered straight to you. Get Burger King, Subway, Popeyes, and hundreds more local favorites and savor every last bite. Now that sounds like a good summer. Order now on Uber Eats. Terms apply. Product availability varies by region. See app for details.
The McDonald's Snack Wrap is back. You brought it back. Ranch Snack Wrap. Spicy Snack Wrap. You broke the internet for a snack. Snack Wrap is back. Ba-da-ba-ba-ba.
All right, we are back, and we are ready to find out who will be today's cream of the crop. Let's get the questions one more time.
All right, here we go. Question 1 was, on August 25th, 2012, a spacecraft exited our solar system or entered interstellar space for the first time, making it the first spacecraft to do so. It was launched in 1977 and continues to return scientific data today. What is it called?
We said Voyager Dos.
We, too, said Voyager 2.
So I heard that you deliberating on this, and you both came up with the same answer, which made me go back and re-verify that the answer is correct. But this was actually Voyager 1.
Ooh.
And it was actually in the news a couple days ago after I wrote this question about, because its primary thrusters had stopped working in 2004. And the team just recently, like a couple days ago, managed to restart its backup thrusters while the spacecraft is 15.1 billion miles away. So it's going to continue to send data and travel in the correct direction for years.
Okay.
That's incredible.
I can't get Bluetooth to work on my laptop.
That's the worst technology that there is, for sure. Bluetooth.
Yeah.
It's just terrible. All right. Question 2 was in games. So the classic game Chinese checkers was not actually designed in China. It was invented in 1892 in which country? Like many classic modern board games such as Catan and Carcassonne. This country also hosts the most prestigious board game awards each year.
We said Germany?
Yeah, the hint got me there.
Yeah.
I think it's Germany.
The hint was good for us, too. I knew it was something foreign, and as I was trying to work out what language I remembered, Jeff did remember the name of the awards from Germany.
Yep, Germany is correct. Lots of great games coming out of Germany. All right, question 3 was in history. In 1942, FDR made a trip to South America to meet with Getulio Vargas, president of which country? Their meeting was subsequently known as the Potengi River Conference. The country was critical to the Allies' war efforts and was the only South American country to send troops to the European theater.
Well, we just didn't know. We know Argentina has a history of like being where a lot of the Nazis fled and other non-Nazi Germans fled from Germany. So we just said Argentina.
We started to think of whatever countries we could in South America. We eliminated Argentina for that reason. Jeff said Brazil, and I go, they've got rivers in Brazil, so we locked in with Brazil.
Lots.
All right, they do have rivers in Brazil, and the Potengi River is one of them. That is correct.
Oh.
Well done. It's not looking good, Kellyn.
No.
All right, question 4. On January 26, 1906, Fred Marriott set the world land speed record, traveling in a car at 127 miles per hour. While the overall record was eclipsed in 1914, his record using the same type of engine stood for 103 years until 2009. What powered Fred Marriott's car?
Yeah, we just said steam because we don't know. We don't think, yeah.
Yeah, I started off because I can't help but overthink a question. My original thought was just manpower. I just thought he got the car going himself, pedals or whatever else. Jeff
Pedaled hard.
did. However, with the time frame and the way things, we locked in with Steam.
All right, the manpower engine record was actually set by Barney Rubble far before 1906. The answer to this one is Steam. Great job.
Why were people breaking Steam records in 2009?
Here's my thought, okay? Because once the Steam car was eclipsed, I think by the gas-powered car in 1914, people just kept looking to outdo the land speed record. And nobody really cared about Steam because nobody was really making Steam engines.
So they broke an easy.
Exactly. And then in 2009, someone's like, I'm pretty sure I could beat this.
Easy pickings.
This seems like I can just, like a weekend warrior, a Steam car together.
Yeah, so I did look into this a little bit, and I think there was like a rich eccentric that had that same thought, and then it turned out to be like way harder than he thought. It took like a decade to build a car that would actually set the record. There's like a mini doc on YouTube about it. But
good for that guy.
He finally got it done, so good for him.
With 128 miles.
If I was a rich eccentric, I'd be doing weird.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, this is honestly pretty cool as far as all things considered.
I would become eccentric if I had a lot of money.
All right, our last question was in art. So only 45 paintings have sold for $100 million or more. Of those, 2 were painted by the same artist in 1982. One was untitled and depicts a skull, while the other was called Boy and Dog in a Johnny Pump. Who is the artist?
Yeah, we didn't know where to start with this one. We just guessed Dali. Probably a little late for him.
We started to put a few things together, from Pollock to O'Keeffe, and 1982 just wasn't ringing bells for them. We locked in with Basquiat.
That's a great answer.
And it was Jean-Michel Basquiat. Great job.
Wow.
Well, that'll do it for the game. It looks like Bar Wars fell a little short. 120 points to
Typical
finish. But I had a great time with you.
Yeah. I'm a little short.
And with 230 points, our winners today, hey, listen, you're the cream of the crop.
The cream of the crop.
Good job, guys. Yeah, that was awesome.
Hey, listen, Tony, you were a great teammate today, and I think we really gelled on quite a few of these, so
we pulled it
it's
together.
Definitely a team win.
Yeah, we had some different topics that we can pull from, so thank you for your knowledge as well.
Yeah, Tony, thanks for that great back and forth game today. Any final shout-outs from you?
I guess, I started out talking about Odyssey of the Mind, and, as a high school teacher, there's always interesting things that you could possibly get involved with. I know our program, Odyssey of the Mind, can get volunteers and judges to help us out, across the nation. So, I always throw that out there because, education, these kids are who are going to be taking care of us in a couple of years. So we got to do something to get these generations to just take care of us, just from the very selfish point of view there. But that's what we can do. So
yeah.
So keep playing trivia, keep expanding your knowledge, and passing that on to the next generation.
Bet. Well, Adam, you were a bussin' host. We appreciate you coming in today and giving us this great game. Any final shout-outs from you?
I appreciate you describing me as bussin' for the first time in my life.
Ken's just hitting people up with that skibbity rizzo.
No.
I think you guys are really nailing it. Yeah, I just want to shout out my wife who kept the kids, and now there's a dog downstairs, all quiet for this recording. And thanks to you guys for letting me come on. I had a great time putting this together. Hopefully you enjoyed it, and if so, hopefully
wonderful.
I'll get to come back.
We would love that.
The game was definitely not mid, I'll tell you that.
Oh my God.
And
I forget that you hang around with teenagers. If I hang around with, I mean are in a high school.
Yeah, I work in a high school. But one last entity to thank is Airwave Media. You can go on airwavemedia.com, check out other great shows, such as our friends at the Box of Oddities. You could go and listen to Calm Cove or Earn and Invest, which is difficult these days, but you could try. Earn and Invest.
I'm good at investing and losing money.
That's easy. But go to airwavemedia.com for other great shows. That'll do it for today. Again, thank you to Tony and Adam, for myself and Jeff and our missing hosts, and Kellyn.
Yeah.
I'm Ken, and that was Triviality. Bye.
What does Sputnik have to do with student loans? How did a set of trembling hands end the Soviet Union? How did inflation kill moon bases? And how did a former president decide to run for a second non-consecutive term? These are among the topics we deal with on the My History Can Beat Up Your Politics podcast. We tell stories of history that relate to today's news events. Give a listen. My History Can Beat Up Your Politics, wherever you get podcasts.
Hello, this is Matt from the Explorers Podcast. I want to invite you to join me on the voyages and journeys of the most famous explorers in the history of the world. These are the thrilling and captivating stories of Magellan, Shackleton, Lewis and Clark, and so many other famous and not so famous adventurers from throughout history. Go to explorerspodcast.com or just look us up on your podcast app. That's the Explorers Podcast.